What's up, guys? Another part 2 for Doki Literature Club. Last one was probably the setup of everything. You know, everything's like, be like, this game sounds so bad. This game is so nice. You have 4 beautiful girls in one club, and you're the only male person in there. It's so nice. Welcome. And that's how the type of feeling I have. But anyway, where we left off right now is that we're choosing a poem now. So what I was thinking, it seems like we have given words and you have to do 20 of these. So these given words will represent each of these girls' personalities. So I have a weird reason that like Soyori is about some kind of like happiness. Something with cute for Nasuki, and then something for Sayori, something like more horror, but like something like more like low depressed kind of things. So you know what? Because the name of the game, Doki. There you go. Just got Nasuki. I would have to say, because I want to go after Nasuki, because even though she's bratty, she can be really nice. Seems like it. So I'm going to go with Kitty. Yep. Anything else that can be for her? Cute would probably be Flower. Oh, never mind. That's Sayori's. Horror, obviously, for her. Yuri. Tenacious, electricity, misfortune, misery. I think I have to say pure. Yep. Candy, easy enough. Dance, giggle. Yeah. Cry, eternity, pleaseful. Analysis, secretive. Climax, peace, calm. Flying? Nope. Got that wrong. What else? Amazing landscape, hair, shiny, lazy, poof. Poof seems like it. Yes! So good at this. Strawberry, despise, sing, imagination, silly, starscape, suicide. That's a tough subject. Meager and dark. I would have to say sing. That's Sayori. Hope, sweet. Oh my god. Puppy. Email? Interesting. Cute. Memories. Love, friends, vivid. Chocolate. Yeah. Beauty, bliss, sunny. Awesome. I don't know why. Sayori is still my childhood friend, so it doesn't matter. Romance. Charm. Lipstick. Oh. Skirt. Oh my god, I'm so good at this. Bunny. Papa? Laugh, destiny, bouncy, defeat, anxiety, fear, determination, wrath, and twirl. Anime. I'm a god. I'm good at writing. Let's say. Hi, Blur. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I can keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Blur. I hope this is overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Nasuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Nasuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Nasuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Blur always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. Yeah, I'm a clean freak. I have OCD, alright, Sayori? You should know this. We are childhood friends. Gosh. And almost set your house on fire once. Why bring that up? Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Blur can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? What? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It makes me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I don't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Yes, Yuri. Going after Mr.Blur here. Yeah, for a guy that's reading manga all the time and playing video games. I got my sudden charms. Ding! That's like me winking right there. That's why I made the sound effect. Okay, anyway. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Mono to kick off some of the scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the back. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an explicerated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed or by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga too? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious. I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can't do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Blur. Consider this as a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out of the first volume of the Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves a book right into my hands. Ugh. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in a colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Oh, my nose. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She passed on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Ugh. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I could say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they got into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. Like me and you, Natsuki. Just like me and you? That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Oh. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because if it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. I don't know her laugh yet, so I'm still working on that. Just bear with me yet again. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from the manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Natsuki! Oh! God, girl, you're looking good. You're looking good, girl. You're looking good. Anyway, we read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like, I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without being all like, you still haven't grown up out of that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. Blur, you need to rethink your life right now. I mean, if you want to get closer to Natsuki, which I want, I don't think manga is a good thing. I'm not having any problem with that. No problem with that. Just saying. Tight situation you're in, man. Reputation. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he find this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. Is that better? Is it too girlish? Yet again, I'll pay for that. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... Huh? I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we all have enough time. Though, you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. I guess I'll stop it here for now. I'll close the book and I hand it towards Natsuki. You're just gonna give it back? You don't want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow, so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. Shows are important. Why do I have to read this Parfait Girls? Unless it is. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Oh, I gotta save. My god. What am I doing? I can't believe I agreed to something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! As Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pulled out their poems, Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaves, loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright. I'm gonna save again, because that was too far. So, I had the poem towards Natsuki, so I'm gonna keep that last. But definitely have some things with Sayori, so I wanted to go with Monica, Yuri, and Sayori and Natsuki. So I am going to go with Monica, because even though they don't have an option for her, which is kind of weird, but definitely Monica is something. Every boy's dream, pretty much. Especially with like the way she can bend herself like that when she smiles. You're Monica. Like if any girl does that in real life, you're Monica, pretty much. Okay? We all clear? Good. So I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi Blur. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Damn it, I read manga and play video games. Do I have any social skills? No. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Yet again, you're Monica. Just that pose itself. You're a Monica. Don't worry, Blur. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Blur. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. That was my goal. That was my goal. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's good at writer too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, and even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So, you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. Sorry, Monica, you're distracting me from my reading, alright? Gosh. So, your green eyes are just, your emerald eyes are just beaming at me right now. So, I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying some different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I always help you that what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah. Wait, how do you know this? Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be very good. Well, that's because I had to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel the way you know. That way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see it. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My antennas. Already scorched with a parchment copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. stretching forever into everything, a hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Thought coming to my head already. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the type of person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yes, something like that. I guess I'm kind of nervous to talk about these stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Anyway, another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Monica. You're always the best. So I'm gonna go with the Yuri now. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that they're usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you could be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read her poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing the air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like your poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Blur. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in their last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left without nothing. That's a lot more solid, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, if it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Yuri, seems like you really have a strong crush for me, and I'm liking it. Sayori, this is a good poem, Blur. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into you yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Blur. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine. Oh, this music. Okay. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of the bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. But if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Damn right, Sayori. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. I have never seen any girl put their index fingers together, but I have to be honest, even from a graphic novel, anime kind of thing, it's Sayori. She's cute. I meant it, okay? Just don't hate on me. I'm just saying. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica is the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alright, Natsuki, the last one. Huh? Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would have been more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure it out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you were gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up the rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. It's Natsuki. She's a pro at literature. Don't make fun of her. I will love her. Natsuki is going to be my waifu. Or Yuri, I don't know. It's complicated. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Natsuki, you're looking pissed right now. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Um, did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Nasuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Ugh. You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out as nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Blur did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Blur liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Nasuki suddenly stands up. Music change, saving it. What's happening? Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Blur appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Yuri, what is happening? This is not you. What is going on? This is not you whatsoever. What's going on? Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Blur started showing up. Nasuki! Nasuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Blur! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force him to have them figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Blur. Wait. There's no reason we have so many deep and expressive... There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Blur? You're asking me a serious question here, but I'm gonna have to definitely... Hold on. Let me just... There we go. Okay, I think that's a lot better now. Okay, well... how do I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... See, what I have in my process from the second last thing is that if I chose Yuri, Nasuki would hate me more. And if I chose Nasuki, Yuri would hate me more. So, at least it gave me a third option to be like, Sayori to kick in. So... I mean, Yuri does have great grammar. Like, she's an expert at this. And Nasuki, she is good at it, but not as comparable to Yuri. But I'm going to have to go the safe route here. Nasuki? Nasuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori. Uh, yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Blur. Well, that's her problem. This is about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes. Stop. And they pause. Yeah, like Natsuki still looks pissed. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. She's crying. I didn't mean to put it in this situation. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because. Well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. And Mr.Blur will like it that way. Big and beautiful. Could have said it better myself, Sayori. Thank you. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Monica, your emerald eyes are just... My heart is beating for you all the time, alright? Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little bit more. Yeah. Come on. Mr. Blur, come on. Get on that. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I said it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Blur, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Blur, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. No, I'm not doing that again. That was an awful laugh. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, and about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Blur, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Alright. Gonna leave it here again. Interesting stuff that happened in this part of the video. It seems like Natsuki and Yuri are trying to impress me with things. It seems like Yuri is she is shy, but it seems like she has the confidence to be like, hey, you want to read with me? And then Natsuki, yeah, she is a little bit bossy and a little brat, but yet again, how can you not, like, I guess you can say, fall in love with that kind of, you know, that kind of personality that Natsuki has, because she has like that kind of bossy side to hide her, like, you know, her passive side pretty much. Sayori was not to love. She's amazing as she is. She's always happy and stuff like that. So yeah, Monica is a different story though. If I had the option to do 4, that would be amazing. But yet again, crazy adventure, but hopefully the next one will be the same exact thing. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.